guys. One of the most common calls that I get for puppies is potty training. So I thought I'd put together a quick 7 steps to help you potty train your puppy. First thing to remember is that you are responsible for your puppy's potty training and potty habits and potty accidents. They're babies. Depending on the age of your puppy, they may not even have full bladder control yet. So to expect them to just get their pottying straight away is often way too much to expect. And we also tend to do this weird human thing where we expect that our puppies will just pull the information out of our head and know what to do. If you've ever toilet trained a toddler, you know that the adult is responsible for the toddler's toilet training. Same goes for our puppies, right? We are responsible for their pottying, which means that any accidents that happen are our responsibility and a learning opportunity for us to kind of fix our plan and do better next time. Potty training is a lot of work. It's a lot of going in and out of the house, a lot of up and down, but it is something that needs to be done and is definitely worth it to put in the work now so that you have an adult dog who understands where to pee. Puppies learn where to pee by where they have opportunity to pee or to potty, where they have access to go potty. So the very second step is to manage our puppy's space so that we are in control of where they have access to go to the bathroom. We often tend to give our puppies too much freedom in the house too soon. They kind of come home and we go, great, here's your house, have fun. The problem that comes in with that is even a small 1-bedroom apartment to an 8-week-old puppy is a lot of space. So, and there's lots of little nooks and crannies and places that they can squat and pee in a heartbeat before we even see it happening. So managing their space using tools like crates, X-pens, baby gates, keeping them on leash attached to you in the house are great ways that we can guarantee that they're never get an opportunity to pee where we don't want them peeing or potty where we don't want them pottying. Third tip is to give them ample opportunity and ample access to where you do want them to potty. So if you're using a backyard or you're using out front of your apartment's building, we want to make sure that we're giving them enough access there that they will just, that we're eliminating the need for them to go when they're in the house. Go out with them. Even if you live in a house, putting your puppy out in the backyard and expecting them to pee, probably not going to happen. Remember, this big wide world is incredibly distracting for them. So you need to go with them to make sure that they are actually pottying and actually emptying themselves out. Because what happens is puppies go outside and whoa, world, sights and sounds and smells and things and stuff and oh my goodness. And they kind of forget that they have a full bladder and they're kind of taking everything in. And then we spend half an hour outside with them and they don't potty and we think, okay, you don't need to pee. And we go in the house and all that distraction goes away and puppy goes, oh yeah, I needed to pee, squats and pees, right? So going with them allows you to know that, yep, they definitely did not empty themselves out or yep, they did, we're good. Moving on to step number 4, if they don't go when you're outside because things are just too distracting, when you go back inside, pick them up, carry them inside. We're doing that because we don't want them having the opportunity to walk into the house and squat and go. Put them in their crate for 10 minutes, okay? Unless there's, a problem, puppies typically won't potty where they sleep in their crate area. So put them in their crate for 10 minutes, pick them up, carry them outside. Remember, we don't want them having opportunity to even have an accident in the house. Carry them back outside again, go with them, allow them access to where you want them pottying. You might need to repeat this multiple times until puppy's able to potty outside. If you're finding that they're really struggling, try to find a quieter area that's not so distracting for them that they can kind of just focus on going potty. Keep repeating that until they do empty themselves outside, which means that you might need to give yourself some extra time, in the mornings before work, or if you're home with them, give yourselves extra time. Don't put yourself in a position where you're rushed and, you need to go right now, but puppy hasn't pottied, because that is going to set everybody up for failure. Once they do potty outside, Wait until they've finished. A lot of the time what we do is we start celebrating and puppy goes, oh, what's that? Sucks everything up and comes running over to us. So wait until they finish. As soon as they finish and start standing up, huge reinforcement for them. So celebration, lots of treats and clapping, and have a party with your puppy, as long as your puppy is enjoying it. If your puppy seems a little overwhelmed and scared, turn it down a little bit. But make it really, really hugely reinforcing every time they do pee outside. So if your puppy loves food or treats, use treats. If your puppy loves a game of tug, use a tug toy as a reward after they've pottied. Save your playtime for after potty time as a reinforcement for puppy having emptied themselves out. The sixth tip that I have is don't use pee pads. I know there's a lot of people going, what? Pee pads can actually make your potty training a lot harder for a couple of different reasons. Firstly, puppy understands that inside is where I potty, and it's not very clear to them. The criteria of their potty area isn't very clear to them. And number two, a lot of the pee pads, they come with an odor on it, which is why they work, right? Puppy's supposed to smell this odor of pee and use the pee pad. But the problem is odor doesn't stay in one place, it moves. So it can move off of the pee pad. And a lot of the time what happens is puppies start peeing next to the pee pad because, well, it smells like that here too. And depending on where you have pee pads set up in your house, you can inadvertently set your entire house up to smell like a washroom for your puppies, which makes potty training much harder. The texture of pee pads can also be quite similar to mats or towels or welcome mats or things like that, bath mats. And it can be confusing for puppy, and they can't really tell the difference between those things we don't want them partying on and the pee pad. So I am a huge fan of always going outside for puppy so that it's really, really clear I go outside. You know, for those of you who live on the 23rd floor, that's a lot of work, but it's going to help your potty training in the long run. At the absolute least, if you want to use something for puppy to pee on, if you're up high in an apartment building, artificial turf, which is like fake grass, you can get that, put that on your balcony so that puppy still has to go outside to potty rather than in the house. And the artificial turf feels different enough under their feet that it's a very clear, different texture for them. Just please be very careful that if your puppy is going out onto the balcony, just make sure there's no small gaps that they can slip under in your railing. Either have them on leash or make sure that all of that is very securely and safely blocked away. We don't want any accidents happening. And the last tip is, if you catch your puppy in the middle of peeing, or you come into the room and you've caught them, or you find an accident, don't punish them. The way that they learn, that punishment and the yelling and the rubbing their nose in it, or none of that actually correlates to them about peeing in the house. The connection that they make is that they can't pee in front of you and you're scary, which A, is going to make your potty training when you take them outside hard. If they're scared to pee in front of you, they're not going to want to go. But B, we have puppies who start trying to find places to pee when you're not around. So behind a couch, in a cupboard, in shoes, in rooms that aren't used, those kind of things, because they're trying to hide it from you because they're scared of you. So punishing is never a good way to help potty train your puppy. If we see an accident or we catch them in the middle of it, we can grab them, take them outside to where they need to go. But the main important thing to take away from them having an accident is, what are we going to do differently next time? Because something we didn't work there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had an accident. So did we give them too much freedom? Did we forget to take them out after, a play session? Did we think someone else in the family was taking them out? I'm going to turn this into 8 tips for potty training. So the 8th tip is when to take your puppy out as well. We've given them ample opportunity. We're taking them out every couple of hours. But anytime your puppy wakes up, whether that's first thing in the morning or from a nap, anytime they eat something or drink something, anytime they have a good old play session, you want to be taking them out pretty much then as well. With play, we want to be keeping our sessions short and then taking puppy outside and coming back in and playing. Short session, taking them outside. Because much like the distraction, puppy's playing and having a great old time and not really focusing on the fact that their bladder's getting full, and then all of a sudden it's, whoops, I have to pee. And they do. So keep your play sessions really short, interspersed with a lot of going outside to potty train. So again, I'm going to stress again, it's a lot of work to potty train, but if you put the work in consistently in the beginning, it's much easier and it's worth it for everybody. So good luck with your potty training. Okay, bye.